Alcohol Beverage Control has the license for bars, and of course, it was against the law to be gay. It was against the law for gay people to congregate. So if you had a licensed bar, you were constantly proving to the ABC that you did not patronize gay people. So to find out whether or not you were doing this, they would send people in, young men, into the bar and have them observe what was going on and then write the report. The report would come to the owner, and then he had to defend himself. So you had to go before a hearing officer. 99% of the time you were guilty, but you had an option. You could either pay a fine or take a 90-day suspension of your license, and needless to say, you paid the fine. I don't know for sure how many times you could do this without losing your license. But if you were to lose your license, you could never have another license in the state of California. So we employees, this is still at the Hideaway, we're talking about, this is ridiculous what we're going through. The police would come in, 3 of them, walk around to everybody with a 3x5 card, check your ID and write it on the 3x5 card to scare the pee out of you, And different things were happening like that. So we sat down one day, and a group of us in the bar, and what can we do to help? Because what we were doing then, we would call your bar if we were harassed to tell your bar that they were out there, But there must be a better way. So we got some of the bar people from different bars, not owners, I might add. And we thought, why don't we form an organization where we go as a group instead of one? And so at that time, the bar owners wanted no recognition at all. The less said, the better. So we formed what we call the Tavern Guild. Now, the Tavern Guild was actually formed and run by employees, not owners, I might add. And then we decided, let's go to Ham's Beer. Now, Ham's Beer was a big seller at that time. Let's approach Ham's Beer and say, look, Ham's, we're having a lot of trouble with ABC and different things like that. Why can't you help us? Because I'll tell you what, if you don't help us a little bit, we're not going to sell your beer anymore. We'll sell Budweiser. Well, money talks, And Ham says, well, now let's look into this. Then we went to the liquor salesman, and we said to him, we're not going to serve your liquor unless you help us a little bit, Well, by George, money talks. And then the Tavern Guild became important. Now the owners want to be a part of it because it's something that's really clicking in. So everybody got involved, and as a result of that, the Tavern Guild, bars were no longer individually owned. They went into a corporation. So if it got caught or your license was suspended, it was the corporation, not you as an individual. And that was one good thing about the Tavern Guild. But the Tavern Guild grew, and we had picnics and parties and everything, auctions to raise money for different causes. Of course, it's no longer relevant now, but at that time it was extremely important. Well, the Tavern Guild was first thought of in 1961, and it went on from there, and into the 70s. And then things started getting so where you didn't have to hide anymore, and you could say, I'm gay, and and everybody didn't spit at you, and so then it became where it was not so important. But in its heyday, it was extremely important. But there were different organizations, Society for Individual Rights, different ones, that got started. And